Merry Christmas to all, and all I hope will go to the oldtimeradiodvd.com site and take advantage of all the great sale pricing that is there. I have cut the prices as low as possible. I know that these collections are the best on the market, whether classic TV, movies, cartoons, cliffhanger serials, old-time radio, and also the Extreme Platinum are all on sale and cut as low as possible. Profit is good, but knowing that these collections are finding loving homes is what's important. Share with your family, your children, or your friends. OldTimeRadioDVD.com, your source of the best Christmas gift ever. OldTimeRadioDVD.com.
It's the Roy Rogers Show.
Happy trails to you. It's nice to meet again. Happy trails to you until the journey's end.
Close Grape Nuts Flakes, the great 2-minute energy cereal, brings you the Roy Rogers Show, transcribed on the Double R Bar Ranch, with Pat Brady and the Queen of the West, Dale Evans.
Happy trails to you. Time to ride again.
And here he is, in person, the king of the cowboys, Roy Rogers.
Well, howdy, folks. You know, being a cowboy, you need lots of energy. That's why Grape Nuts Flakes is the cereal I like for strength and energy. Just 2 minutes after you eat a big bowlful, that whole wheat energy starts going to work for you. Try Grape Nuts Flakes, buckaroos. They're great.
It is the night before Christmas. In the Eureka Cafe, the supper rush is over, but the excitement certainly hasn't died down.
Boy, oh boy, Roy, in a couple of hours, you and me and Nellie Bell will be purring our way up in the hills.
Snarling might be a better word for the way that motor sounds, Pat. But I promised I'd go on Nellie Bell, and I'll go through with it. I just hope our new broadhead arrows really do the business when we treat some of those snarling cats.
Well, of all the ridiculous ways to spend the Christmas holidays, hunting cougars with a bow and arrow. I might say with a bow and arrow yet.
Oh, Dale, me and Roy haven't had a chance to do any important hunting for practically a year now.
No, we're a couple of free and easy cowpokes with work all taken care of for a few days, and we're going to spend Christmas having fun. Bullet here will enjoy it, too.
Well, Pat isn't getting out of here tonight until every one of the Christmas decorations is up to suit me.
And perhaps a block down the main street, in the dim night light of the Mineral City General Store, there are two men with a rather different sort of holiday spirit.
Hey, we're gonna do all right around these parts, Long. This store had a rip-snorting Christmas rush. Must have been 900 in this till.
We'll stuff it in your pockets, Daniels, and let's get out of here. Somebody patrols this alley every night, and I never did trust these Hicktown cops.
Get used to 'em, Long. Get used to 'em.
Hey, Duck, somebody's looking in the front door.
Where? Oh, yeah. Get hold of your nerves, Long. That's nothing but a man and a kid doing a little window shopping.
Window shopping? Nothing. The guy's motioning like he sees us, wants to talk to us. Come on, let's beat it.
Not on your life. I got a lot to teach you about this racket, Long. We're letting him in.
What?
Certainly. We might as well pick ourselves up a handmade patsy. Oh, confound these spurs always getting in the way.
Daniels, you're overdoing this rancher gag. You'll never learn to walk with spurs on.
Yes, what did you want?
Well, we just thought if the store was still open. Well, we're just passing through town.
And the stuff in your windows is sure pretty.
Well, I'm just closing up, but come on in.
You wait for me out there, Jess. I won't be long.
Okay, Daddy.
When my little girl saw the dolls, I guess I'll surprise her. I might as well see that she enjoys Christmas a little.
Look, son, my partner and I are late, and we're in a hurry to get somewhere. Why don't you just find what you want and leave the money? Prices are all marked.
You mean you'd trust me? The way I look and everything?
Sure.
Well, I just want a small doll. I got just about enough to get us a place to stay tonight.
Oh, don't apologize, stranger. Oh, one thing. Go out the back door when you leave and close it behind you.
The front door lock doesn't work that way. All right, Long, let's be on our way. That new gray horse of mine's been stomping and champing at the bit for the last 5 minutes.
How do you like that? Maybe some people aren't so bad after all. I can't stand to see Christmas come. And I guess I can't let Jess know how I feel.
Oh, Dale, everything's spick and span and sparkling. We've been 2 hours putting up this silly tinsel.
Say, why don't you turn your waiter loose, Dale?
Well, I just want one more string of lights put up, and then you archery fiends can be on your way.
Well, look who's here.
Oh, what a cute little girl. What can we do for you, young lady?
My daddy asked me to wait for him, but I got so cold, and I thought I'd write him a letter so he won't worry.
Well, Dale will get you a pencil. What's your name, partner?
Jess.
Jess what?
Just Jess. I'm 5 1/4 years old.
What do people call your daddy?
Oh, his name's Jim Gorman.
Gorman, you must be strangers around here.
We're strangers everywhere lately.
Well, here's the pencil and paper, Jess.
Oh, thank you. Except I can't write.
Well, why don't you tell me what you want to say, and I'll write it for you, and Roy'll take it to your daddy.
Oh, that'd be neat. Just say, Dear Daddy, I got cold and I'm down the street with some nice people. Love, Jess.
Hey, that's a nice note that I'll be mighty proud to deliver. Where did your daddy leave you, Jess?
I don't just know, but it was down that way, and there were dolls in the window.
Jess, honey, are you hungry?
Well...
Why don't you come in the kitchen with me? It's even warmer in there, and I'll whip you up the most super hamburger you ever tasted.
Well, I seem to eat an awful lot of hamburgers lately, but if it's the most super one I ever tasted...
Ain't that a cute little sprout, though?
She sure is. I wonder how a man could leave a kid like that just standing out in front of a store. Well, I better start looking him up, and then, well, we can be on our way.
Howdy, Roy, Pat.
Hi, Sheriff.
Hi.
Hey, Roy, the doggonest thing just happened.
I'm sorry, Sheriff. I don't have time to hear about any Mineral City crime waves right now.
Yeah, Roy's got to deliver a note, and then me and him are starting out for our Christmas vacation.
We're heading for the mountains. Going to spend the holidays hunting cougars.
Well, have a nice time. I can tell you about this fellow we caught robbing the general store after you get back.
Sure, as long as you caught him, that's the main thing.
That's a funny thing, though. My deputy was checking the alley, and he snatched this fella red-handed coming out the back door. The deputy brought him down to jail, of course, and we searched him, and the only thing he had on him was a little doll and about $1.75 in cash.
Wait a minute, Sheriff. What was the man's name?
Oh, the name he gave us was Gorman or something like that, but I suppose he's using an alias.
Roy, maybe I better close the kitchen door. Seems to me I feel a draft. Now, Sheriff, was there anything else special about this fella you was telling us about?
Well, he's like to blow in his top there in the cell. Claims he's innocent, and that he left his little daughter waiting for him in front of the store. But I went down to check, and there wasn't anyone there. I took my pass key and checked inside, and sure enough, the cash register was as empty as a used eggshell.
Pat, we don't have to start out on our hunting trip right this minute, do we?
No, not right this minute we don't.
Then why don't you sort of hang around here with Dale and that friend she has in the kitchen? I think I'll take a walk to the general store and maybe over to the jail with the sheriff.
Oh, Pat, a cougar can't be dangerous. Not with such a silly name.
Oh, that's what you think, Jess. Believe me, if me and Roy didn't have our trusty bow and arrows, why, we wouldn't even dare go up in those hills.
Oh, go on. Anyway, nothing could happen to you as long as Bullet was with you.
I guess you told him that time, Jess. Bullet pulls those two cowpokes out of many a spot.
We had a dog once. That's while Mommy was still here. But Daddy and me couldn't take him along when we just hitched rides and don't even know where we're going.
Jess, honey, are you sure you've had enough to eat?
Oh, sure. But you were right about those hamburgers, Miss Dale. All 3 of them are really super.
All right. Don't make a move and don't anybody open your mouths. Nobody will get hurt. All I want is that little girl.
Oh, no.
You touch that kid now.
Oh, Bullet, be quiet. That's just my daddy with a handkerchief over his face.
Jess,
What? You're this child's father?
Sure he's my father.
Mister, that thing you're making believe is a gun in your pocket. That wouldn't be your finger by chance, would it?
What if it is? This is my little girl, and all we want is to get out of here. I haven't done anything, no matter what anyone says.
Daddy, this is such a nice place, and Miss Dale and Pat are so much fun. And I sent a man named Roy out to bring you a letter. Didn't he find you?
No, I guess he didn't. You see, Jess, I was a little late getting back to where I asked you to wait. And...
Fella, you didn't happen to sort of maybe break out of a certain building here in town just now, did you?
Well...
Not that it'd be hard. I seen cracker boxes that'd be tougher.
Could I see you in the kitchen just a minute, Mr. Gorman?
Look,
Daddy, Miss Dale makes super hamburgers. Why don't you have one?
Come along, just for a minute, please.
Well, if you say so, ma'am.
Now, Jess, if you don't believe what I told you about them cougars, I'm going to tell you something else.
Now, look, mister. We're willing to forget the way you came in here after your little girl, but we're not going to let you go on messing things up for her.
Didn't you ever have things go so wrong that you got all mixed up?
Well, of course, everyone does. But you shouldn't ever steal. We know about the general store being robbed.
I didn't do it. I never stole a thing.
Did a man named Roy Rogers come down to the jail to talk to you?
No, I just talked to the sheriff. And then he left, and I saw my chance, and I broke out to get Jess.
Well, Roy and the sheriff were going back to the jail to talk to you. Now, look, if you're innocent, I'm going to have Pat drive you right back. And maybe you can get back in your cell before anyone even notices that you're gone.
I am innocent. But what'll happen to Jess?
Oh, Jess will be fine. Why, she's the nicest company I've had in years. And if you can convince Roy Rogers that you're straight, I'll guarantee that you'll spend Christmas with your daughter.
Shine your flashlight down here, Sheriff, around the hitching rail.
We aren't getting any place, Roy. We poked around that store for more than a half an hour, and what do we know?
Well, we know that we found a $1 bill lying on the cash register, and that Gorman had a 98-cent doll with him when he was arrested. And we also know that we found a piece of a spur in the store after it had been swept for the night, and that Gorman wasn't wearing spurs.
Well, I know that, Roy.
Now, look here. We also know that Gorman wasn't mounted. But there were 2 horses standing at this rail within the last couple of hours. One of them stood here calm-like, but the other one was an animal that, well, wasn't used to being tied.
Well, how can you tell that?
From the hoof marks. One of them was stomping all over the place. And if he happened to brush the rail a few times... Hey, here you are. Here's what I'm looking for.
You find some horse hair?
Sheriff, have you heard about any gray horses being stolen lately?
Not that I remember, but it'd be a simple matter to go back to the office and check all the reports.
Good. We'll do that when we go back to talk to Gorman. And then, as soon as it's daylight, Pat and I have some work to do.
Work to do? I thought you was going on a hunting trip. Didn't you say something about cougars?
Well, the cats can wait for another few hours. First, I'm going to track a gray horse, and then I'll start worrying about cougar tracks.
And now it's time for another Roy Rogers reminder. Be a good loser. Yes, buckaroos, that's Roy's reminder for today. You know, even the best of cowboys can't always win at riding, roping, or wrangling. And Roy wants you to know that if you should lose sometime, that's the time to grin and say to yourself, well, I just gotta practice some more and build up some more strength and energy and make sure that next time I'll win. And say, buckaroos, talking about strength and energy that you need to win in almost anything you do. The best way to get it is to eat good, nourishing food like Grape Nuts Flakes. Roy eats Grape Nuts Flakes for energy. His picture's on every package. Yes, Roy likes those swell-tasting Grape Nuts Flakes, 'cause their whole wheat energy starts going to work for you in just 2 minutes after you eat a big, malty-rich bowlful. That's energy you need for most everything you do during the day. And you'll like sugar-roasted Grape Nuts Flakes. They have a flavor that's malty-rich, makes them mighty good to eat. So if you want to be king of the cowboys in your corral, ask your mom to get you Grape Nuts Flakes, the great 2-minute energy cereal.
Grape Nuts Flakes is one of the triple wrap Post cereals, guaranteed fresh or triple your money back.
A wonderful little girl drops in on Roy, Dale, and Pat at the Eureka Cafe. A broken, confused man is accused of robbery. And the holiday hunting trip on which our cowboy friends were planning so excitedly
seems to have suffered a further postponement, for it's the